Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Misfits Room. How is everybody doing today? I for one am hot, as per usual, nothing new here. Hi. I don't know where I was going. I had a train of thought and then I lost it. I do want to say that I did get real excited last episode because I thought that I was coming to you guys with the most highest quality of audio, and listening to it back, it's slightly like better than what my other podcasts are, but it's just like I guess the compression rate and transferring it from one thing to another and then to another source of media, and then for it to all get compressed into like, when it goes into like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, like they have their own like audio thing and they all just sound very low for some reason. When I listen to other podcasts, like I have to listen to it on the lowest volume because it's so like loud, but then mine, I have to put the volume up so high because it's so low and I can't hear it. So I'm going through it, but I'm honestly like I'm learning and I'm trying to figure it out. Right now I'm trying a different way of recording, not that anybody cares, but like it matters to me, and we shall see what I get from this time around. So as always, I like to say just bear with me. I'm very like I'm so hot right now because as per usual, I live with my fan on, my ceiling fan. I live with it on. I have to have it on, but if I turn it on right now, are you gonna hear a whooshing sound from my ceiling? And that's gonna be so like annoyingly like annoying. So excuse me, I had a burp as always. I don't know, I'm just really excited. Do you ever get in a mood when you're so excited for something, or just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like I finally have come to a place in my life where I'm so excited to make something. Before I was just struggling to find a hobby, but like now I feel like I got something that really excites me. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily doing it because I'm trying to get quick rich or whatever. Like I actually thoroughly enjoyed the research that I did for today's episode and everything, and today's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time, I promise. So first and foremost, I do want to start off by saying one little anecdote. Can I call it an anecdote? So basically, I have a question to ask the world, primarily contractors. I think contractors are the right people to talk about this, but I would love to know why bathroom doors are so heavy. I would just like to know that, because at work, when I have to go to the bathroom, it's so like the most awkwardest thing going to the bathroom because the door is so heavy and people literally see you struggle trying to open the door, and it's honestly very frustrating. And I would like to talk to whoever came up with that idea. I don't know whether it was designed for privacy or something. I don't know, but we gotta figure it out, because I can't be struggling. What if I'm having a real emergency? What if I'm literally shitting my pants or literally about to pee my pants and I cannot get the door open that quick because it's literally the most heaviest thing? And that's the only door that's like actually heavy. Like the front door to like walk into my job, fine. Any other door to any other building or room, fine. The bathroom door, that's the only door that's always heavy. No matter where you go, no matter where you freaking go, the bathroom door is always heavy. And I honestly want to know why. And another thing that I do want to know is why do people like to brush their teeth in a public setting? Like I get that you're all good with hygiene and whatever, and it makes you feel good, and that's something that you like to do. I get it, and I'm not bashing you for it, but I just would like to know why you feel comfortable doing it in a public setting. Because today, don't get me wrong, there are stalls that have the sink in it and you can do your business in there, and I don't mind it. But when you're at a communal sink where there's more than one sink and everybody's using the same sink, and right next to you someone is literally brushing their teeth and their gums and tongue and everything, like, well, how am I supposed to feel? Like I feel like I'm in your house. I feel like I'm in your house, in your bathroom, watching you brush your teeth, and I just feel uncomfortable. And I applaud you for having good hygiene, I really do, and I'm glad that you were able to do that. I unfortunately don't even floss every day. Like I'm like, it's great for you, and I like, I'm happy for you. But like, why why subject me to this madness? Like, at least wait for the big stall to be like open. Like, you just came out of the stalls to then, I don't know. It just made me feel really, because I've seen other people go into that stall, the big stall, with their little pouches or whatever, gonna go brush their teeth. Sometimes I end up going to the bathroom after someone has left, and then, the smell of like toothpaste or like little toothpaste residue is in the sink. Fine, I didn't see you do it, but when you're literally at the sink where all 3 other sinks are at, we're all sharing the sink right before we leave the bathroom, and you're just there brushing your teeth, I have a problem with that. I do. Am I being shameful? Am I shaming people? I don't know. I hope it's not a whole controversy or I don't know, toothpaste gate or something. Is that what they call it? I don't know, but it makes me really uncomfortable, and I just want to know why. Is it the confidence? Is it the confidence that makes you feel okay with it, or do you just put hygiene over everything and you just don't care? I would like to know. I'm intrigued, for real. I am. I would like to know. But yeah, that's the first 2 questions that I really had to get off my chest because they were weighing on me all day, ever since I even like left my job. And I was like, I have to talk about this on the episode today because I need answers. So yeah. Oh, another thing is that my clothing brand, as you may or may not know, I have a clothing brand named Misfits House. We just came out with a new release. I'm wearing one right now. If you can see, it's a little house with the words Misfit underneath it. Misfits House. You get it. Let me see here if I can just pull up the website right quick. This is, let me see, 1 second. I'm learning how to use my computer, not show all of my, social security and thing. Those types of things. So let's go to the themisfitshouse.com. The Misfits House. Misfits is plural. HOUS.com. Themisfitshouse.com. Okay. The Misfits House, just in case you missed it, .com. We just had a new release. It was Sunday that it was released. Yes, Sunday. I'm losing my breath as I speak. Okay. So we came out with this sweater that I'm wearing right now in black. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in any other colors because I just honestly I like black, and like most of my other things, like my other things are like white shirts, and like me and white shirts, we have a personal vendetta against each other. White shirts don't like me, and I don't like white shirts, mostly because like it's so much easier to get a white shirt clean, but white shirts look so clean and nice. So it's a give and take relationship, and me and the white shirts were working through it. But I said, you know what? I have to throw it back to my black color, and I made this sweater. And then there is also a t-shirt which comes in another color, just in case you're not a fan of black. So I made sure the t-shirt came in another color. Comes in this sand color. It's really nice, really cute. The same graphic that I have on the sweater is also on the t-shirt. And last but not least, a bucket hat. I love this bucket hat. It's so cute. Again, it has the Misfits House would I call it logo? Would I call it graphics? I don't know. This is the first graphic that I ever came up with when I first started the business. I love it. The little roof over the H makes it look like a house. I love it. It's very cute. This is a black denim material. Again, very nice. I would be wearing it right now, but it's so hot. The fact that I even have this sweater on right now shows you how much I love it enough to deal with the heat. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much. Please go shop if you do like it. Again, if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a 20% off code emailed to you, and you can get your first order for 20% off. So go ahead and shop and let me know what you think about it. Honestly, I would love to know. But yeah, with that being said, let's get right into the topics of today, because a lot of things has happened since the last episode. And when I first started this sort of like way of doing these episodes, I was like, I don't know, let's just try it now. I'll give you guys a bonus episode and we'll see where this goes. But then like I'm starting to see that I enjoy just like the world, you know what I mean? Like it's so interesting what goes on in the world, and I just shut everything down because I don't know, sometimes things in the media, whatever, just makes you feel a little bit depressed, and I just kind of shut myself off from all of that. But then I don't know, I just feel like left out in a sense. So there's a lot of things that happened over the past week. I'm going to be talking about the whole Alex. Is it Alex or Alec? What happened here? My typo. The Mr. Baldwin thing that happened. But before we start making it very, very sad, I would like to start off with a lighthearted topic, which honestly I came across, I think it was 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. I think it was 2 days ago. Yeah, Monday sounds right. Is this whole thing happening on Twitter went crazy berserk with this post here. Let's see if it loads. This Cartoon Network tier list. Now, I have a bone to pick with some of these tier options or whatever. These people done lost their mind. Now, I was gonna try and do like a thing where I like Photoshop and like move each individual and give you my own tier of where I would like, of where I rank them, but we're a little short on time and I'm not that tech savvy yet. So yeah, so we're just gonna read off what's going on here, because honestly what's going on right here is a disgrace. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say about this, and I can tell you why, and I also agree with them, because on the low tier of this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 tier list of Cartoon Network shows, at the bottom tier, for some reason, they put Chowder in the bottom tier. Now, Chowder, I have fleeting memories. I know the show exactly with the little purple dude and the little rabbit looking thing and his floating circular wife and you know all the characters, the long funny one, the one that barely talks or whatever. I know the show, love the show, it was amazing. The fact that it's on the low tier, the bottom tier, over, like, why are the Powerpuff Girls? And I like the Powerpuff Girls. I didn't like them, but it's a nice show. But why is the Powerpuff Girls at the top tier and Chowder's at the bottom? That for me is a no. Also, Flapjack is in the low tier. Now, I will agree that when I first came across the show, I was like, this is weird, because sometimes they would do like this ultra realism thing where, like, you know, in SpongeBob when they zoom in to like the when there's a butterfly flying around and then they zoom into the butterfly and it's like, ooh, really creepy. Sometimes it did that, but like in a cartoonish way. But like, it's a classic. It doesn't deserve to be at the bottom. It's in the same category as Chowder. How is Flapjack? How is Flapjack below freaking, again, Powerpuff Girls? At the most, Powerpuff Girls in Dexter's Laboratory need to be bumped down significantly. Let's just start there. Total Drama Island, it's also at the lowest tier, and I mean, I would put it mid tier, but it wasn't that amazing. I'm not gonna disagree, but I don't also agree. So yeah, Camp Lazlo. No, Camp Lazlo. Let me look up. I think I remember what Camp Lazlo is. I think it's with those moose people. Now, that show, I think I primarily watched when there was nothing else to watch. Yeah, wait. No, I can't. Camp Lazlo does not deserve to be that low either. Because it was one of those shows where, like, you know, when your favorite shows were over, like Kids Next Door, and what else is on here? Like, when Kids Next Door was over, when Gumball, well, not even Gumball, when Foster's Imaginary Friends, like when those specific core shows throughout the, like, okay, let's talk about, like, your typical Saturday, like, morning. You know, you go through all your regular shows, and then, like, when you're waiting around for your other shows, like the main shows that are always showing, when you're waiting for that to come out, you start to get stuff like Camp Lazlo, and like it was lackluster at the moment, but when you start to watch it, once you start getting reruns of your favorite shows and you really dove into Camp Lazlo, it was the best. It was the best. Little monkey guy, everybody, the whole show, even the annoying moose that always got everybody in trouble. Like, this show, come on, bottom tier, and Powerpuff Girls is at the top. Explain to me why. And the little rhino looking thing that barely ever talked, the elephant that always had issues, and the overeager monkey over here. Honestly, it was a great show. It had its moment, but that moment does not deserve to be at the very low end of this tier, and I want to protest. Now, Johnny Test. I mean, there's a lot I could say about it. Well, you know, it was alright. It's another one of those Camp Laszlo's thing. I wouldn't really, if there was nothing else to watch, I will put on a little Johnny Test, but it wasn't amazing per se. Okay. Another thing, let's see, what is it? Transformers is where it needs to be at the end, and that's fine. Let's see what else is here. Oh, of course, I did the same mistake I did last week, and my thing is unplugged. So let me plug in my computer and see if it doesn't absolutely lose its mind. Are we good? Seem to be good. All right, it's charging. Last time I unplugged into my computer, it literally like went berserk, and like I had to like stop, cut, and continue to record. But we're here, continuing on, because let's just make this brief, okay? Johnny Bravo, mid tier, if anything, low tier. Don't really care for it. Scooby Doo, mid tier is fine to me. Ben 10 is it's in between top tier and mid tier. I feel like it's Ben 10, you know, and that's it. It's if you know Ben 10, it's Ben 10, and that's pretty much it. Definitely deserves to be above Camp Laszlo, but again, not the greatest, you know. Just takes one bad episode and you're right next to Camp Laszlo. Adventure Time, it had its moments. Again, it's some of these shows you really had to grow into it. Some of these shows were like the greatest hits when you were like little, and then you started to grow into these other shows. My gym partner's a monkey. I feel like I remember that show, but I don't remember what it is. Okay, people that are listening to this right now like do not care about what I'm talking about. I promise you this is gonna be over, but this was very it was getting very hype, and I oh my god, of course my gym partner's a monkey. Duh. Oh my god. There was even a freaking computer game that went with this. This definitely deserves to be in God tier. What? It deserves to be in the highest of highest tiers. What? Are you kidding me? If honestly, for you audio listeners, you should go ahead and Google My Gym Partner's a Monkey, or if you already know it, you would know that this show was a hit. And the little like computer game that you would play, I think I would play these computer games in freaking middle school, or I think it was in middle school, when you had like downtime and you could play games. I would literally play these games. You could jump and what and this is on the second tier. You gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding me? Disgrace. Okay, totally spies, didn't care for it. I can't see what this is. My dog is barking. Can you stop? Okay. Cow and Chicken, I don't know what that show is. Honestly, all these shows that I don't know deserve to be in the low tier, because I've watched any and all cartoons, and the fact that they're showing up right here is an abomination. Is a direct abomination. With that being said, we got to take a real quick break, and we're going to continue with the cartoon controversy, because I'm offended. I'm deeply offended. My gym partner's a monkey literally just offended me right now, and I thought I knew what I was talking about. I thought I knew what the show was until I saw it, and I'm offended. But we will continue to talk about this when I come back from the break. All right, and we're right back from the break, and let's continue talking about this Cartoon Network list that has me up in my feelings. Okay, next thing is Kids Next Door. It's actually right where it needs to be. It wasn't God tier, but it was top tier. All right, it's exactly where it needs to be. Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids, I think, is the full title of that show. Loved it. It's great. I would argue that it deserves to be at the top. I mean, like the highest regards, right next to My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Love the little blue guy. I love Cheese. That little creation there. I loved him. The tall guy, what was his name? Chester? I don't remember. The tall red guy that played basketball. I loved him. He was great. You know what? The entire cast, all the imaginary friends loved it. Great. Gumball. Let me tell you about Gumball. The Amazing World of Gumball is top tier shit. And honestly, I would watch reruns right now, because some of these shows are like timeless. It doesn't matter what age you are, because I can watch Gumball like nobody's business even now. And right now I'm 22, turning 23 in a couple weeks. Honestly, I could watch that no problem at my age. Honestly, Chowder is another one that I could watch right now, and like it wouldn't, like, it's a timeless cartoon. Another one of those that I don't think is on here, but it would be, well, it's not Cartoon Network, but SpongeBob. Even all the new stupid SpongeBob that are coming out, SpongeBob is that show that no matter what era the episode is coming out, whether it's this year or like the 1999 episodes, those always hit no matter what. So I'm just gonna leave that at that. So that's how I feel about Gumball. I don't know what crypto is, so again, bottom's here. Don't care. Say what you gotta say. Two stupid dogs. Again, another show that like in passing I'm like boring. I'm just trying to go through these real quick because now I'm like, okay, nobody really cares about this. Then there's regular show. Now regular show, I would put it second tier. There's lower, mid, top tier. I would put it mid tier. It wasn't. I even in passing, even like, oh, there's nothing else to watch, I'll watch regular show. Like even then I'll like go to Netflix and like, what's on Netflix? Maybe there's something. I wasn't really fond of regular show. I know certain people that like the show, and good for them. It's just, I don't know, it's not my cup of tea, and it's not a bad show. I don't hate it. It's just very like it caters to a certain type of personality, if that makes any sense. And it just, I like it. It's a good watch, but it's not something I'm fiending for, or at least would just sit through, if that makes any sense. And I wish I could read what that says. Try to read it. It looks like Class 3000. I don't know what that is. Again, any show that I don't know deserved to be in the bottom tier, because I was a homebody and I would watch all cartoons, Cartoon Network, freaking Boomerang. I would watch Disney XD, Disney Channel, Nicktoons, what is it? Nicktoons, Nick Jr. Not even what is it called? Nick at Night. All those I watched all of them. Let's see, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now we're at the topic now we're at the show that traumatized me in a sense. I'm not gonna bash it and say that Courage the Cowardly Dog is a bad show, but in a sense it just traumatized me, and I don't know why. Like looking back at it now, I'll probably watch it and it'll be fine, but I was literally like, all the creepy stuff and weird, I don't know, it just gave me a weird vibe. It wasn't like a typical like scary or like creepy. It was just it was another level of creepy, and I appreciate the show. It deserves to be where it's at the very top of the list, but it was a weird show. I'm not gonna like not say that, because it's true. It was a weird show, but it does stand the test of time. There's a lot of noise going on downstairs. My mom went to the gym and is back making all this noise, and we're just gonna pretend like it's not happening, because I need to make this podcast work without cutting, because I'm sick of editing so much, because I'm like and I can't do it. I have to be mean. I'm gonna take a sip of wine and pray to the wine gods that they shut up. Yeah. I'm gonna take a sip. Okay, next on the list, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is another one that I would see here and there in passing. My brother would like to watch these shows. Didn't care for it. Wasn't my cup of tea. It's next. Teen Titans is another one where wait, is this Teen Titans with the little mini cartoons, or is this, wait, no, Teen Titans, right? Teen Titans. There's two different versions of Teen Titans I'm thinking of. There's Teen Titans where they're like wait. Teen Titans. Is this what I'm thinking of? Because Teen Titans, there's two versions. I think there's Teen Titans Go with the little mini people, the mini versions of the regular big kids, and then there's the big kids. I love the original Teen Titans when they were in their normal shape, like big. Okay, my dog also wants to disrespect the podcast and make a whole bunch of noise. Smokey, listen. I'm doing a show. We gotta be professional. Okay? Alright. Let's come on. I'm trying to be professional here. Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, Teen Titans, I loved this show, the original show, when they were like bigger forms. You know what I mean, when they were little teeny weeny tiny cartoons. But that also doesn't mean that I don't like Teen Titans Go, because I like Teen Titans. It was a more funnier, seriouser cartoon, if I can say that. But Teen Titans Go is much more hilarious and just, I don't want to say relatable because that's not, but it's just more like, I don't know, it's cuter and funnier, and wasn't as serious or as teenage as the other one would be. Like, I'm trying to explain myself and trying to move on from this topic real quick because I honestly don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a cartoon connoisseur to be telling you guys anything, but like Teen Titans, the original one, it was funny in its own way, but also you're looking at these teenagers who kind of look like what's it called? Is it pre-adult? There's preteen, pre-adult. I think it's pre-adult or adolescence. You know, that age between like 16, 17, and 18 and 19 where you're right at that cusp when you're like, you know, growing up. That's what they remind me of. Teen Titans Go. The little teeny weeny. Me talking about this right now. I know that nobody cares but me. Oh my god. But Teen Titans Go, the little miniature things, I feel like they cater to the preteen, that little bracket in preteen and like adolescent, like that little right before you start to have adult thoughts and like worry about work right before then. That's what this shows caters to, the Teen Titans Go. So yeah, I loved both shows. It deserves to be at the top tier. And yeah, again, what else? Powerpuff Girls. I don't agree with it. Don't hate the show, but it's not top tier for me. I'm sorry. And Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it with that. I don't know. I really found it interesting, this whole list. And I can't believe I forgot all of these amazing shows. Where have I been? Well, growing up, sadly. I'm gonna cry a little bit. My birthday's in literally like less than a month, and like life just flashes before your eyes, and it's so crazy because it literally felt like we were celebrating the new year a couple months ago, and like literally this is how at least it feels for me. As soon as November passes, like as soon as my birthday passes, like I blink my eyes, Christmas, I blink again, and New Year's, and then it starts all over again, and then I blink, and then we're in September, and I'm like counting down to my birthday all over again. It's so crazy, but as always, as we always say, this is gonna be my year. Next year, 2022, is gonna be my year, as everybody says. But I'm having a good rest of my year. And why are these people still so loud? I'm literally gonna text my mom right now and tell her, can you please keep it down? I'm recording literally right now as I speak. Can you be a little more quiet? I'm recording something and I can hear you. Please shush. Alright, I just sent it to her now. Let's hope that works. When I came back to live with my mom and my sister, you know, I thought it was gonna be a good little, you know, grounding myself, because I had a good time living by myself, living in my own apartment and doing all that stuff. And then I was like, you know what, I kind of miss my family, and I kind of just having like, you know, people to live with, you know what I mean? Like, you just go home, and like I come home to my dog, but like my dog doesn't talk to me. My dog doesn't talk back. And me making friends is a very hard thing to do, because I'm very like yes or no. I'm not wishy-washy. Like, either you know I like you or I don't like you. So it's very hard for me as a person to make friends. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my mom's house, because for one, I don't want to live here anymore, and two, the whole COVID thing, and I was supposed to get my own apartment after living with my mom for a couple months. But now I've been here for almost 2 years. But like now I'm over it. They make so much noise. And my sister's at that age where, I think, what is she, turning 16 now? She's at the age where I was, but we handled that age very differently, because when I was around that age, I was kind of more social in a sense, and I wanted to go out and do things and like meet with my friends. That was when I was really friendly. But now for my sister's like complete opposite. Like all of these years, even like now, like she's almost 16 now, she barely goes out with her friends, doesn't even like going outside. I would literally, if I could go outside and just hang out with my friends in my front parking lot, I'd be off the charts happy. But she literally never leaves her room. She's always in there watching videos or playing a game or whatever. And like, I commend her for it, because that's how I wish I would be right now. But everybody's so loud and annoying. I don't know. We're just totally different people, and I just find that weird. Does anybody relate to what I'm saying? Does anybody relate to that? Is anybody's siblings just the complete opposite of who you thought they would be? That's not. Yeah. There's still a lot of noise going on, but let's hope that they excuse me, got over it. All right, let's get to this Alec Baldwin. Is it Alex? Why am I having fleeting memories of this right now? It's Alex, right? No, it's Alec. I knew it was Alec, and I kept saying Alec, but for some reason in my document, it's noted as Alex. So I'm gonna just get through this part because I wanted to get through it, because this is something, like, I for one don't like guns, and I just want to get this whole sad topic off my hands, but I do want to talk about it because gun control to me is something that I just it's an issue. So I forget when it was. Broke news a couple days before I uploaded my video, so probably this weekend or something. But okay, so Alec Baldwin, there was an incident on his movie set. I don't really know what's going on with the movie. I don't follow Alec Baldwin as much. I know I've seen a couple of his movies, but I don't follow him directly. So an incident happened either October 20 something, a couple days ago, in regards to a prop gun, where a prop gun in movies, and this is me finding out, because for me, I thought that when people in movies, when they use guns, I assumed that it was a fake one. You just, you can do all the maneuvers, but I thought that they added in the the noise and the flashing, like post, like edit, like while editing, and not, you know what I mean? So I found out once this happened, because I didn't know this happened. So I found out this way that they use real guns. The only thing that's fake or prop about, okay, let me just tell you, because you need to know what happens first before I start to give you my opinions on the whole gun thing. So Alec Baldwin was on set for his movie, either Rust or something. I don't really know the specifics of this movie, but he was on set, and let's see. I was trying to see if I can find it and show it on the screen real quick, but some of these are like after everything that has happened. So basically they were on set shooting something, and there was a whole scene with a gun, and he went to go, I guess they were practicing or getting ready for a scene or something, and he ends up shooting the gun on set and ends up killing somebody and seriously injuring another. I don't have any updates on the other guy. I think he or she is fine, but it ended up killing one director, this woman. If I can find her name, oh my god, it was Haley. I might be getting it wrong. I do apologize. For some reason, I thought that I had this organized, and I don't. What is her name? I'm so sorry, Mama. Rest in peace to her, and praying for her family. Oh my god, I wish I knew what her name was. What is it called? I gotta find it. I'm sorry. I thought I should have been more prepared. Let's see, film director. So unprofessional of me. My god, I could have sworn. Jesus, what is her name? So unprofessional. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, found it. Helena Hutchins. That's her name. I had to make sure that I said her name because you just have to. Just because Alec Baldwin is a whole actor, director, whatever he is, her name needs to be up there, like it can't be. I feel like her name has been drowned out. But yeah, so she was the one who tragically passed away in this accident. Now let's talk about the gun. So this prop gun, and for you audio listeners, I'm using air quotes, this prop gun that they are using on set is essentially a real gun loaded with blank ammunitions. And what that means is that I think, let me see if I have the other link for that. What is a prop gun here? It's basically a gun. It's the same design, it's the same everything, but when you shoot it, it doesn't have that like, you know, on a gun you have that little pointy tip at the end, where it's like live, and like this is what literally projects into, you know what I mean, the little pointy end on a bullet. The bullet doesn't have that on the fake ones. A blank cartridge doesn't have that extra stuff. I honestly don't know what I'm talking about because I don't like guns, but I'm just trying to explain. It's essentially a real gun with real ammunition, with real ammo, but the ammos are engineered in a way where it's not supposed to be like deadly. It's not supposed to be like projectile, like something that'll kill you in a sense, which for one doesn't make any sense. I thought, as any normal person would think, a prop gun would be fake and does not have anything resembling or as close to a real gun. Why that is allowed and happening, I don't know, but I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. It has the same gunpowder, the same case and primer and everything. The only thing that it does not have is the projectile part of the bullet, where it says here the projectile is the object expelled from the barrel of the gun. A bullet, which literally is the thing that kills you. Again, this is more so accurate than whatever this wad thing. So there's a wad on the blank cartridge. It's a seal made from paper or plastic that is released like a projectile. Although there is no bullet, a shot in close range would be lethal. So the bullet part is a little pointy edge part of the cartridge that goes into the skin and kills you, but it doesn't mean that everything else, like, it's still like shrapnel. It's still like, what? So the fact that this is being used, again, I know I'm not using the correct terminology explaining this, but the fact that this was used or is being used in this nature is honestly ridiculous. Anyways, I was really interrupted. I have to go do a quick break. Thank goodness we're at a break time so I can readdress my thoughts and get back to what I was talking about. So yeah, I'm going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to continue the Alec Baldwin episode. Okay. Sometimes family need to know to, you know. Anyways, let's continue with this story. We were talking about Alec Baldwin. My issue with this whole thing is that, I remember now. So when it first started to come out, I was like, oh, that's really weird. I wonder how that happens. You know, I felt really bad for Alec Baldwin because nobody, like, that's not somebody's primary goal to, like, you know, kill somebody on their own movie set. Like, that's just not something that people are aiming for on a day-to-day basis working on a freaking movie set. So I honestly felt bad for him. And then other things just started to trickle out of this whole story. And I'm like, wait a second. This is, I don't know about this. So I don't know. Let me see if I have some of these and I saved them. But honestly, I don't really... Me and guns, I don't like it and I don't really care for it. So some things started to come out. This a little bit out of order because I not as organized, bear with me, but this came out a couple days ago. Not even a couple days ago, a few hours ago, 14 hours ago. First of all, something that happened before the whole fatal shot happened, the fatal murder, fatal manslaughter, I think is the correct term, was that on a movie set, there is a whole team, like, say, like, I recently learned this about one of these shows that they talked about it. When there's, like, serious stuff happen, like, even when you're messing with fire, if you're messing with a freaking lighter, a lighter that you can hold in your hand, the fire safety, you have to have a whole meeting, like, you have to have a whole thing with that, even if you're just going to use a lighter. If you're gonna, any prop that is dangerous, like a fire, any stunt, any of that, You have a whole day of training. It's a big deal because there's liability involved in all of this stuff, and movie productions and stuff and whatever. As far as I know, they don't want to pay for that. So like as any other regular place has, they have insurance and stuff like that. They have to go through these protocols. Even if it's just me in a scene lighting a fire, trying to light a cigarette, like even with that, you have to have fire safety. You have to literally take out, I don't know, even like half a day. It's a real, like, I don't care how small the flame is, it's a real thing. And like, you have to waste like a half a day just talking about this is fire, this is what happened, even if it's just me lighting a cigarette in a movie. Now, with that being said, they have that in their own way for guns on movie sets, okay? So supposedly there was this whole union thing. I don't remember exactly. I thought I had the link here, but there was I can't remember the words, but there was this this certain amount of crew literally quit before like a couple days. My train of thoughts is all over the place, but some of these workers that worked with that department in a sense kind of like quit because a whole bunch of protocols weren't being followed, and it just wasn't right, and the safety conditions and everything, nobody was really paying attention. So they ended up hiring a new person. So this new person is not to blame, but like this is how everything kind of transpired, because those people left because they were complaining about people are not following the certain protocols. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Like everything has a process and they weren't following the process. Those people left. A few days later, a new person comes in, didn't have a whole meeting or whatever about this gun, although, you know, sure, whatever, they probably used this gun and have done the procedures many of times, but you still, no matter what, always have to do it. Now, they left, they walked out, and then these people came in. Lo and behold, this next happens because nobody tested it, nobody did anything, whatever, and unfortunately, this film director tragically passed away, and that is awful. But then something that came out 14 hours ago that I'm going to show you right now, something that came out 14 hours ago is that, quote, there's this pastime that the crew members sometimes do. It's called plinking, and they go out into rural areas and shoot beer cans with live ammunition. We learned that this happened the morning of the day that Helena Hutchins was killed. So now I'm getting like conflicting things. So was the blank ammunition loaded? Was the live one in it? Were they playing with the gun, you know, shooting, playing games or whatever, practicing, and forgot that a live one was in it? Like what? And I'm outraged because I don't like guns. I don't want to see it. I don't like the sight of it. I don't like it. It's not my thing because of things like this, accidents like this that were never meant to happen. If you're gonna use a gun in a movie, make sure it's a prop, make sure it's a fake gun. I don't see anything wrong with adding effects after the fact, after recording, and like adding it in. I'm sure people do it all the time. The fact that this is actually, I don't understand, and I don't know why, and this is a prime example. And this has not been the only person that has died on site because of a malfunctioning prop or whatever. I think I was told that what's his name, I just had to crack my neck, sorry. The actor that was in Karate Kid, I think his son also passed away. There was another person that passed away from, like, this happened more than once. And like the fact that we're finding out about this because it just so happened to be an Alec Baldwin, you know what I mean? Like Alec Baldwin, who was known to just not support guns too, because I think there was this one, Donald J. Trump was trying to troll him by trying to sell this merch. I think a day or two ago, where it's like, cause Alec had worn this shirt that's saying, "Oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people," and then Donald J. had the nerve to go out and make merch with a shirt that says, "Oh, people don't kill people, Alex Baldwin kills people." I'm like, what the or no, guns don't kill people, Alec Baldwin kills people, and I'm just like, you're fucking weird and gross, and like, there's no need for that. Ew. So that's what's going on with that. And it's very tragic, and I just wanted to give my thoughts about it, and I wanted to just say a couple things about it because honestly it's so tragic and it's so sad. And then just, she had a husband and kid, and for her to just be taken away from them just like that over literally a safety protocol that could have been followed is just like ridiculous. And even if the gun just didn't exist at all to begin with, she probably would still be here for her kid and husband and, you know, her family. So honestly, although they don't know me, my condolences truly do go out for them, and I hope that they make it through. And I honestly hope that there's some sort of reform or whatever it is. I don't really know, but this needs to get resolved. And the fact that this has happened more than once, and I thought that this was the only situation where there has been multiple other incidents where this has happened, is just utterly and completely sad, and somebody needs to fix it. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't know, once I start talking about guns and gun control and gun laws, I get heated. I don't like it. I really don't like it. And even if like I get married or my partner or whatever decides to have a gun for protection, fine, do you, but I don't want to see it. I don't want it in my vicinity. I don't want it in my room. Have a safe wherever you want to put it in a safe, but I don't want to know where it is, and I don't want to know that you have it. I really don't. And people want to say, oh, it's for safety purposes and all that. That's fine. That's cool. You do that. I don't need it, because even off of movie sets, even in real life, when people just have guns for safety, accident happens still, and I just see no need for it. I feel so incredibly sorry for this woman, and I hope that she finds peace afterwards. But moving on, not so much more on a lighter note, but on another topic that has honestly has lit a fuel underneath my butt, because we're talking about Dave Chappelle right now, and I wasn't always a big fan of Dave Chappelle. Not saying that I wasn't a fan because of his stand-up or whatever, his comments or whatever, but I just I don't know, certain people I don't find funny, and like I don't know, I just didn't go out of my way to watch his stand-up a few years ago. But like recently I've been getting into him, and then he came out with The Closer, the new Netflix special. I watched it and I thought it was funny. And then after The Closer came out a couple days later, I talked about this on my last episode, a little controversy with the LGBT community and, you know, everything that was going on with that. I touched up on it last episode. But the plot thickens. And just when I think the plot couldn't get any thicker, it gets thick. THICC. It gets so much thicker than a Snicker, honestly. So, you know, I had said that the protesters, that the employees had a whole walkout thing, and, you know, they quote unquote invited Dave Chappelle to, you know, have a conversation about the whole thing and, like, you know, really figure out what the heck is going on. Now, let's just start here. Let's see if this thread here generally concise. Just, I need my thoughts to be a little more concise for you to understand. So yesterday, Dave Chappelle comes out with a video addressing the backlash that he's been getting from the community, especially those people that have walked out from the LGBTQ community that was out there outside of Netflix. So he responded with a video saying that I am not bending to anybody's demands, and that he was never invited, and if he was, he wouldn't have denied the request. He wants to talk to them. But the point that I feel like that he's making with this is that, first of all, the problem is not, I'm trying to find the right way to say this, because I know this shit might come back and bite me in the ass later, but like I feel like what he's trying to articulate, that the problem is not him. The problem that you're having is with Netflix, and the fact that there are countless, and I'm talking countless, of other things on Netflix that could be the most freaking controversial stuff ever. But then on the other hand, there's also other content that give you the whole other side of this. Just like Netflix has said, Netflix has other shows that directly go in contrast of things that Dave Chappelle has talked or made you feel in a way about. So I just feel like for some reason they want Dave Chappelle to be the face of this whole LGBTQ community. I don't know why I have to say the whole thing, but like I feel like they want Dave Chappelle to be the face of the whole issue that everybody has with just the discrimination that they're going through, they want him to be the face of it. They want him to be, this is the guy that's ruining it for everybody, when it's not. It's, you basically have to address your issues with Netflix, because honestly, and I applaud Netflix for not taking the special down, and honestly letting it stay, because there are other controversial stuff that happens on Netflix that could honestly offend other people. But hello, it's freaking Netflix. If you don't like it, watch something else. There's plenty of other things to watch. So just a couple things that he said. Here's one where it says, let's see. It says, to the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me, and I'm not bending to anyone's demands. I feel like, in a sense, and I get where he's coming from. I'm not trying to defend anybody, not the LGBTQ community or Dave Chappelle himself. I'm not defending anybody. But I can see where it feels like there are a lot of people that are getting into controversial territory when it comes to talking about the community, only because how do I say it? How do I say it in a way where it makes sense? Like, they are not God in a sense, but like, they are the ones who will tell you how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, everybody is allowed to have their own opinion. And it's not like, oh, you're coming here because we've requested, like, you know what I mean? Like, me and you, we're coming together. I want to talk to you and you want to talk to me. It's not something where you're summoning me. It's not something where I'm bowing down to you just because you tried to cancel me on the internet and I'm trying to fix my persona or my image on the internet. He's not going to do that, because that's not what this whole thing is. You're not going to make me come down to you with my tail between my legs and make it seem like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm kneeling before you and I want to apologize. Like, and I get that some of these things might have offended that community, but at the same time, are we going to just censor every sensitive topic? People are so sensitive these days, and people are just so sensitive. And like I said last episode, if you start getting rid of everything that makes you so sensitive and so offended, comedy's not going to exist, and we're going to be living in such a sad, mad world forever. Like, people need to pick and choose. Like, not even pick and choose, just like, bro, it's comedy. It is literally comedy. Some people like Paul Blart, the Mall Cop. Some people find that movie funny and other people don't. Does that mean that we have to cancel the whole Paul Blart Mall Cop movie? No. I don't understand. And, I'm not trying to go on here and bash the community, because I'm all for the community. I'm the first to stand up and say, no, this is wrong, and no, everybody deserves to have their own voice and do all this stuff. But, like, you gotta slow down, and you gotta really, just, I don't know. So he continues to say, even though the media frames it that it's him versus the community, and that's not what it is, don't blame the LGBT community for any of this, which again is another thing. Not the entire community hates him. They're not. It's about the corporate people. It's about how those people are making the community feel in that space, and that's not his fault. He didn't do that. He just literally did a stand-up special, and that was it. Everything that you're feeling is not his. He didn't do that. Take it up with Netflix. And if Netflix says, well, there's this and there's that, then there's this and there's that. And if you don't like it, then don't work there. I mean, I don't know what to say. Let's see. There's other stuff about how his new documentary, people are they're turning it down and they don't want to show it or premiere it anymore because of this whole controversy. And I feel for him. It's just so easy for people to just cancel people nowadays, and that's my problem with this society, because they act like people cannot change. The human race is a growing and changing thing, and it changes constantly. So the fact, like, we literally had to learn to talk, crawl, and walk, and like, we've made mistakes along the way. We've done stupid stuff. When I was 12, you steal a gum or whatever. Like, that's not who I am anymore. Say one day I stole a piece of gum, the next day I felt really bad about it, but that doesn't make me a robber or I don't know, a criminal for the rest of my life. People change and grow. And again, this is the same thing that I said about Kevin Hart and what they try to do with Kevin Hart, try to pull up old tweets. Just because that was who I was before, I've changed and I've grown. That's not who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And that's what people love to do, that they love to cancel people and act like people are not redeemable and don't know, like, you know what I mean? And I would hope and pray that the day that I mess up, as I can guarantee will most likely happen, because that's the whole part of life. You mess up, you fuck up, and then you get right back up, apologize, and fix your ways and go on and improve. That's the whole point of life, essentially. So I don't know why this whole cancel culture, and the fact that I'm even saying those words, cancel culture, honestly, it makes me cringe. Because, like, why it's a thing, I don't even know. But honestly, it's a thing that freaking kids that have nothing else to do like to do. And honestly, those people that are making up rumors and starting this stuff are the people to blame. Anyway, so there's this Variety article that I think that they had some points in here that I want to talk about. A good point that I did reiterate in my last episode was that if you literally did not watch the special to its entirety, if you only just went off of a few clips or whatever people were saying, you have no right to have any feelings about this whole thing with Dave Chappelle right now. You don't. Because if you didn't watch the whole thing, you wouldn't have any of these opinions that you are having right now. And that with him, I agree on, because he had some conditions. He's like, well, you have to meet me on my terms where I want to. And you have to have watched the whole show, because if you didn't, your complaints are not valid, and they really aren't. So that's with that. And one final thing on the Dave topic that I'm gonna knock out real quick before we have to go to another break. Oh, I'm breezing through this. Wow. One final thing that I wanted to talk about right quick was this thing right here that I saw literally on my way home today, and I said, no freaking way. So there was this person, Ashley Marie Preston. She's been in the forefront after organizing. She was the one who organized the walkout at Netflix over the whole special. Let's see. And now her past has come back to bite her in the butt just a tiny bit. So, and this is my thing. We're just like, people fuck up, but life moves on, life goes on, and you change every single day. So, like, this is another point that, like, come on now. This is a prime example of what I'm telling you is gonna start happening now whenever people are trying to cancel people, and, like, don't look at their own selves in return and, like, realize, like, well, maybe you know what I mean? So let's get into this person. She was the one who organized the walkout, or whatever. Her name is Ashley Marie Preston. And back in 2019, Ashley worked with presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren during her campaign. And at that time, racist and misogynistic tweets from Ashley has resurfaced. The now deleted tweets stemmed from 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2018, taking aim at the Asian community. Ashley took accountability for the tweets back in 2019. And she says here, taking accountability for the past, staying rooted in the present, and absorbing lessons for the future. She goes on to apologize, and yada yada yada, and it's just like, come on now, come on. And people want to argue about, oh, it's not just this special, it's not just this episode, he's done it before, and he has a history of doing it. Just look at your own history first, okay? And I'm not trying to attack anybody, but, like, look at your own history first, and, like, you know what I mean? Because certain things are going to come back and bite you in the butt eventually. And I don't know, I just kind of find it ironic. I just find it completely ironic. There's this video, I'm not going to play it because I don't know how that's going to go. I'm not trying to make my computer lose its mind. But, yeah. She goes on to say, I'll take more than tweets from nearly a decade ago that y'all already weaponized against me 2 years ago. to stop me from doing the work that'll free all of us today. This is so old and I've already taken accountability for it. Yeah, well, other people take accountability for the mistakes that they've done in the past and still get heat for it. So welcome to cancel culture, and not get used to it, but like that's how people feel nowadays. So yeah, that's it with that. Gonna take a quick break, go through my thoughts, and we're gonna end on a high note. Okay, and we're back. So last and finally, not last but not least, I should say, is this next thing here that honestly I'm excited for, just to lighten up the mood and close out so that we're not ending on such mad or sad feelings. But Skims and Fendi X Skims came out with a collab, and I absolutely love it. Honestly, Kim Kardashian cannot do any wrong. I love this collection. I love this little purple moment that's going on here. I just love it. And her body just makes anything look good, honestly. But then again, I like the inclusivity of the brand, where literally she gets all types, I'm talking all types of models. That literally shows that it doesn't matter what body you have, it all makes you look pretty. And honestly, this photo looks amazing. I'm looking at this photo where they're in this like pinkish purplish collection looking thing, and it honestly looks really good. I'm not even gonna hate on it. It looks really good. Let's see, it launches on November 9th. This limited edition. I can assure you that I do not and will not, I cannot afford it and will not buy it, because I don't have Skims X Fendi money, but it's adorable to look at. So yeah, November 9th, 9 a.m. Eastern time at fendiskims.com. And there was something else. Let me see. She had one. Let me just go to her Twitter here. The whole collection is honestly beautiful. It's cool. It's basically what it is. It's her loungewear with honestly just Fendi graphics on it, which again, and then there's also these dresses and stuff. Honestly, the whole thing looks really, really good. Can't hate on it. The only thing that I will hate on, that I don't necessarily want to say I'm gonna hate on, is just that, let's see, this is the picture. This came up a day ago, and like I was like, oh cool, I like it, inclusivity, all the people, different body shapes or whatever. But then it's just like came across my mind of like, why do all her pictures like have weird like model, like her modeling, directing, whatever it is, this concept, why are all the models just like, it's a weird, I'm not hating on it, but it's just a weird thing that I kind of like, is like, why do the models pose all weird, it's just weird. It's just like a, what is it called, that trend that happened not too long ago, that girl is a real crowd, where you freeze, and that little freeze frame little thing that went viral a couple years ago. That's what this feels like every time I look at it. But it's great. I like it. I don't know. It has a good, it's just like, it's her vibe, I guess. Whenever she comes out with it, you automatically know, like if she's not in the picture, you're like, oh, that's Skims or Kim Kardashian's, she has something to do with it. I don't know, but they just all look like they got caught in the act or something. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out, because I mean, she does that a lot, even especially with like the first launch. I think there was this one thing where they went out to some sort of, I think it was Nordstrom or something, and they just, all the models went up the escalator. They all had the same wig, same shoes and everything. They all just stood like mannequins. That's what it is. Is it the mannequin challenge? I don't know. They all just stood like mannequins, and it's so weird, but I kind of like it. Some of them are not even facing the front. They're all, I don't know, but I kind of like it. And then she also has this like old school vibe with like the pictures and stuff and the videos and the promotional videos. It all has this old school vibes, and I'm not hating on it. I kind of like it. So yeah, go shop Fendi / Skims. Not sponsored, but I like it. Not that I'm gonna buy anything, but I 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for me. And I think that concludes this episode. This was a whirlwind of an episode. I I don't know. I gotta really organize my thoughts because I had a lot of things that I would have loved to have said, but like I had to like make sure I reeled in my words because you never know. In a couple years from now, my words may be used against me in the court of law of cancel culture, of cancel court. But yeah, I think that pretty much concludes this episode. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have an episode up for Sunday. I did want to I keep saying that I was gonna plan on dressing up for Halloween and stuff. I literally had a costume idea and I was gonna do it today because I didn't know if I was gonna upload this before or on Halloween, but we shall see. If anything interesting happens, I just might have another episode on Sunday. My new upload dates might be every Wednesday and Sunday, 2 videos a week or 2 video episodes, whatever, a week. And we'll see. So if you see an episode on Sunday, I just might be in a costume and it just might be the most hilarious thing ever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope it enlightened your day in a sense. I hope you learned something. I hope that you don't hate me after this. And I hope to see you guys on my next episode, or at least have you guys listen to me on the next episode. So if you did like this episode, count how many times I said episode in the last 10 seconds. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, give the video a like, leave a comment, whatever it is. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm out there. Just look me up, Misfits Room. Also, the podcast has a Instagram. If you want to let me know anything, or if you have any thoughts about today's episode, go ahead to the Instagram and let me know. Also, see this shirt, this sweater right here. It is available on my store at the Misfits House, themisfitshouse.com. I'll leave the link everywhere where I can leave links, so go ahead and do that. And I'll talk to you guys soon.